So here's one of John Suskovich's stress-free chicken tractor, and I probably just ruined his last name, but anyway, you can buy the book on Amazon, and it has enough space for 25 meat chickens if you move them daily, and towards the end we actually moved them twice a day. And these make the most amazing little structures for any type of outdoor fowl. But what we did was we took one of these and made it into a greenhouse. And so with these chicken tractors, they're covered with wire to keep the birds out and in and all that stuff, and then the bottom is with stronger wire to keep out like coons and stuff. They have wheels that they can be moved. These are very small wheels because we have quail in here, and then it has a rope attachment in the front to pull it, and you can move it wherever you want to. So what Chad and I did here is we just took one of those tractors and we laid a piece of plastic over the whole thing and kind of centered it on it, and then we just pulled everything down to the bottom, screwed little strips of plywood on, and when we were doing that we noticed that the plastic was catching on the little raw ends of wire right there. So we just went and took cardboard and put cardboard over those ends before we pulled the plastic down over them, and that really worked quite well. This is the plastic that came with the caterpillar, was leftover piece. On the door it was wanting to catch and tear, and so we took a pool noodle and covered those edges so it won't tear it. We took the door off while we did this, and we attached everything, and then we covered the door and put it back on. And there's a little bit of cracking here, but for the most part not enough to make any difference. And I have more issues right now with it being too warm in there than too cold, so it's not a problem. If I'd be using this during the winter though, I would put during the deep winter, I would put a weather stripping around the door. Here is a little view of the inside right now. Hey Freckles lovely! Hi kitty kitty! What we did here was just pulled the plastic around to the inside, and then I want to take a board and strip it in half, 2x4, strip it in half, and attach it here, and then again down there, and then on the same side, and then cover it with what I call this bee-guard. My tomatoes are absolutely jamming. They love it in here, and I'm going to need more space for them because they are growing out of their soil blocks. Let me show you this. They are beautiful, and it's so dumb because I planted old seed, 2 seeds per cube, thinking they wouldn't come up, and most of them did. So anyway, and then these are my Atlantic Giant pumpkins, and they need shelving too to get them up out of the way. Freckles was in here one day and knocked over one of my soil block trays that had peppers in it, and as a result I just threw this container until I can get them up on the shelf. You can see it's extremely crowded. These are cole crops that are going out ASAP because they really need to be planted out. But so here is the shelves in the greenhouse. As you can see, we went ahead and put shelves in and covered them with wire mesh. And I actually ended up using this mesh because it frankly was all I had, and I really didn't want to go get more, so I just used what I had. I did up pot the peppers, and that is my watering bottom water tray. These are about to be transplanted. So you can see I actually really improved space-wise. I have all of this under here that I can utilize now. I have to move some stuff obviously, and then under here, probably at least some. It'll have to be stuff that doesn't want too much light. And then here is my perennials or bigger plants. Don't need any special attention, and they can get a little cold. Here is the sweet potatoes. They're doing amazing. So yeah, these tractors work amazing for a greenhouse. This thing is still very portable. So what we did was, along the edges here, I piled up mulch wherever there was gaps, and then we mulched the inside on the floor too. But I could, right now, I could pick up this thing here and drag it off that spot if I wanted to move it somewhere else. Most of the reason it's here is because it's easily accessible to the outdoor wiring right there. And the other is because it's in zone 1, right where the house is, and I can easily run out and check it. This is the window we put in. Basically, we just took a square of wood, cut out a little square on the inside of it, took the little square out, tacked the other one to the, stapled it actually to the plastic and the wiring. Put a little hinge on it, and voila, we have our window. That window I open if the sun comes out, because it gets to be 100, 120 in there, and then I'm cooking my plants. So if I open that one and crack the door just a bit, it keeps it about 98 degrees in there.